Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a very special video, one of the early videos of the year. As I did with the last 2 years, I think I'm going to be doing my most anticipated films of 2014. So what's different from this video to my last 2 years? The last 2 years I did my top 5 films I was looking forward to each year, but this year I'll be doing the top 10 films I'm looking forward to. So I've just got them written down on my phone at the moment, so I'm just going to look at that, and there's no real order. I haven't got it in an order from, the one I'm most looking forward to least looking forward to or anything like that. So I'm just going to talk about each film a little bit. And throughout the year my opinions will probably change as did with the last few years, where new trailers come out and new movies come out and stuff like that. So first up on my list is the new Tim Burton film Big Eyes that will be coming out later this year. Of course this film had to be on my list because it's directed by Tim Burton. He's also producing the film. It's a true story, a biographical drama film. I think it's set around the 1950s and 60s. There's no trailer or any real news out for this film yet, but they are in the post-production stage, and I believe it's coming out around August this year. And it's going to star Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz and Danny Houston, Terence Stamp, Kirsten Ritter. Pretty much all these actors and actresses Tim Burton hasn't worked with before, which is going to be something new and interesting to see, because usually he's got, Helena Bonham Carter or Johnny Depp, Christopher Lee, or one of his regular actors in his films. So Big Eyes I'm definitely looking forward to, by my favourite director. I just can't wait to see how it turns out. So second on my list of films I'm looking forward to is The Hobbit, There and Back Again, so the third and final film in the new Peter Jackson Hobbit trilogy. I love the first film. I only recently saw the second film and thought it was even better. It was absolutely fantastic fantasy movie, and it leaves you hanging on what's going to happen in the third film, so it's kind of cuts in between the scenes. So I'm hoping the third film is really good and it just picks up with the same pace and intensity that the second film had. Because if any of you guys are fans of The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, you'll know how good the Desolation of Smaug was. There was no letdowns in the film at all. It was so good, so I just hope that the third film keeps up that pace, and maybe it's going to be even better. I hope so. So looking forward to The Hobbit Part 3. Next on my list is one I'm really excited for also. It's Interstellar, the new Christopher Nolan film. Christopher Nolan's films for me have been getting better and better over the years. I loved The Prestige, The Dark Knight Rises, Inception, Memento, pretty much all of his films. The only one I didn't really like was Following, which was his first film. But I think that, he's been getting better as a director, so I'm really hoping that he keeps up the pace with this new film. I think it's going to star Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, so I'll be looking forward to seeing that film when it comes out later in the year also. So I think Jonathan Nolan, who's Christopher Nolan's brother, wrote the story with him as well, so knowing them two working together, it's probably going to be a pretty detailed and in-depth story, so I'm looking forward to that movie. The next two films I've got on my list are both Bible stories that have been put into big movies, and I'm liking how they're doing this more so lately, because if you've seen any of the old Bible films, they're really cheesy and look really lame and that, so these next two movies are made by really pro directors. They've got a great cast, and just really looking forward to seeing how they handle the source material. So the first one is Noah, and I think that's coming out in March, so really soon. I think it was directed by Darren Aronofsky, and it stars Russell Crowe, Emma Stone, Anthony Hopkins. So I've seen the first trailers to that film and it looks pretty good. The CGI looks really good, so I can't wait to see how the actual flood happens in the film and see how it unfolds and how they handled that. And the other Bible story that's been put into a movie is Exodus, and that's coming out later this year, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton. I'm also looking forward to this film because I prefer the Exodus story. I think it's a really great story. I think Ridley Scott's a fantastic director. I think that Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton are great actors, so I can't wait to see this film. I think it comes out late in the year though, so I'll have to wait a while, but we might get a trailer soon, so I'm really hoping that that's a good film as well. The next two films on my list are two superhero type films. So the first one we have is X-Men Days of Future Past, the latest installment in the X-Men franchise. X-Men movies for me, they're kind of a bit up and down. I really like the first two films. The third film I didn't like so much. Wolverine Origins I enjoyed. I know a lot of people hated the movie. X-Men First Class I didn't like that much. I know a lot of people love that movie. The Wolverine was good, and judging by the trailers for Days of Future Past, it's looking pretty good. I think they're going to mix the cast of the original X-Men movies with the first class X-Men characters in the film, and it's directed by the same director who did the first two films as well, so I'm looking forward to that. So the second superhero film I'm looking forward to this year is Captain America the Winter Soldier. I really enjoyed the first film. The fact that it was set in the 1950s had a lot of good things going for it. I like the look and style of the first film. But this second film is going to be in modern times, I think. It's not in the 1950s, so it's probably going to be quite a bit different. But I did like that 1950s style they were going for in the first film. So I just hope that the second film is a decent superhero movie. The next movie I have is The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1. The Hunger Games series seems to be getting better and better, so I'm hoping that the next installment, Mockingjay Part 1, is an even more of an improvement over Catching Fire. The first film was quite good, the second film is even better, and the third film I just hope that they keep building up and building up, because Jennifer Lawrence is probably one of my favourite actresses out there these days, and she's doing really well lately with these films, and films like Silver Linings Playbook and Winter's Bone and American Hustle and things like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing the third installment in this series as well. Coming down to the last two films, first up we have Godzilla. So Godzilla, I don't know whether you want to call it a remake or a reimagining or whatever. I've always been brought up watching the Roland Emmerich 1990s version of Godzilla, and I really like that film. I know some of the CGI is pretty cheap and it's kind of a cliched movie in a lot of ways, but I still enjoy the film. But judging by the trailers I've seen for this new movie, it's going to kick that one out of the water. I mean, the trailer that they've just recently released where they're falling into the city and you can see Godzilla through all the smoke or clouds or whatever it is, it just looks really, really cool. So I'm hoping that it is a good monster movie. So I think Godzilla has the potential to be one of the best films of the year, but it could go either way still. Now coming down to the final film on my list, the 10th and final film I'm mostly looking forward to this year is a comedy. I think it's the only comedy I have on my list, and it's Dumb and Dumber 2 with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. I believe it's being directed by the original directors who did the first film about 20 years ago. So I'm really looking forward to this film. Jim Carrey hasn't really played an insane character since the 90s when he did the original Dumb and Dumber and he did Ace Ventura and The Cable Guy. It seems like he's been playing more plain, boring kind of characters lately, so it'll be interesting to see him come back as Lloyd Christmas. And Jeff Daniels as well, he was really good in the film as Harry. So I know it probably won't be as good as the first film, as most comedy sequels are, but I'm just hoping that it's a really fun time. So that's a quick summary, guys, of my most anticipated 10 films I'm looking forward to in 2014. So we've got Big Eyes, The Hobbit, There and Back Again, Interstellar, Noah, Exodus, XMen Days of Future Past, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1, Godzilla and Dumb and Dumber 2. So let me know down below in the comment section what films you're looking forward to this year. And it would be great if you could subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I'm planning on having the Robert Zemeckis film series with Miss Christine 94 start up really soon. I know I've been putting it off a bit with these last few videos I've been doing. I've just been that busy on my YouTube channel lately. So look forward to that in the future, guys, and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.